You're gonna have to change those lyrics. Okay, next up is our featured artist, Allie Jensen. Just a little bit of info about Allie because she's so young. She's just starting out. Allie Jensen grew up in Bullitt County. She's 18 and just graduated from Bullitt East High School. While finishing up her senior year, she also attended classes right down the road at Jefferson Community and Technical College, where I also happen to teach, and that's how I know her. I'm lucky to know her. She plans to attend Bellarmine in the fall and wants to major in art. Although she's always enjoyed any activity that requires her creativity, Allie found her passion for art only more recently in the last 3 or 4 years. After having the privilege of attending Mr. Jason Kelty's art classes at Bullitt East, including AP Art and 3D Art, Allie can wholeheartedly say there is nothing else she would rather do with her life than to discover herself through her work. Please welcome Allie Jensen.
Hey, what's up? My name's Allie. If you guys want to check it out, you can come up as I'm talking and look at my art if you want to get a feel for it. I know most of you probably can't really see it from where you're sitting. But like she said, I haven't really gotten into it until the last couple of years. I grew up pretty shy and introverted. I wouldn't have imagined that I'd be in front of a group of people and trying to explain myself and my art to anytime recently. But I spent most of my time in the back of class just kind of like doodling in notebooks and just spending my time to myself mostly. And I would have never thought that I could have made anything like that I've made. And it's really surprised me to see all the stuff that could come out of me. A lot of my stuff varies in my mediums. I work with pretty much anything I can get my hands on. I've got a rock piece over there. It's made out of Bedford limestone. Some of the other stuff is wood or just acrylics, watercolors, really anything that's available for me to use. Most of my inspiration comes from nature, animals, people. The only thing I don't do is portraits. Every time I try to do a portrait, I lose a friend. So those aren't usually my strong point. But I absolutely love it, and I hope to keep on going with my art for the rest of my life. Going to Bellarmine, like she said, next year. So hopefully I'll be able to find myself a little bit more and be able to express myself continually through my art. So yeah, please check it out. Any of it's for sale except for the rock and the owl. I have all kinds of stuff on Facebook. If you're interested, just hit me up. It's facebook.com/names2common. There's a little piece of paper up there if you forget. So yeah, any questions from anybody?
About the owl, and I know she had a tattoo.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, when I knew I wanted to tattoo as soon as I turned 18, and I spent a really long time thinking about what I wanted, but nothing really came up. But owls are really cool. When I was growing up, I had these little owl figurines, and I just always drew them and thought they were the coolest thing. And I kind of wanted to put my own little twist on it. So the third eye represents just a higher awareness and trying to just perceive things a little differently. And then the outer space on the inside were made from star stuff. I'm really into outer space, so that's basically that one.
It's great.
Thanks.
That's great. Other questions? What questions do you have?
Yeah.
What inspired the wooden piece from there, all the pieces of wood stick together?
To be honest, my teacher, Jason Kelty, he taught us how to use power tools. And he was like, all right guys, you get a big 2x4 piece and you can make whatever you want out of it. So I just started chopping the crap out of all the wood, and then I just put it all together and then stained it. But I think it looks like a goat head, but that's open for interpretation. Anybody else? Woo!
So what do you foresee that you're going to do if you get an art degree? Then what are you going to do?
Yeah, I really have no idea. I'm just kind of going to art school, trying to discover my path, see where it takes me. I thought about art education for a while, but I'm still not really sure where I'm going with it. I just want to draw. That's all I do.
What's that rock for?
I made that rock for a house for my snake, so it's a little snake house. A little hiding hole for him.
Have you drawn any inspiration from pop culture?
I don't know. There's nothing really I can think of on the spot that I took from pop culture. I don't know. Oh, maybe the one that says "I hated everyone." That's a lyric from a Jack Johnson song. It says "I hated everyone," said the sun. So that's pretty much my only reference I have. But that's probably the one you're asking about, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you should illustrate children's books?
Well, that would be fun. I'd love to do that.
I can just imagine the I Hate Everyone picture being in a children's book.
Yeah.
When you kind of first started, or maybe even now, sometimes artists are like perfectionists. Did you ever you ever hold back sometimes because you think you might mess something up, or do you think of it like, well, I messed it up, I'll just cover it up with more color?
Oh yeah, I mess up all the time. Most of the time when I draw something, I don't have like a goal or a vision in mind. I just kind of sit down and go with whatever comes up, comes out. And a lot of the time I do make mistakes, especially when I'm working with paint or ink. So I count them off as happy accidents. And sometimes I produce something that's like really cool that I didn't expect. And other times, I'll hate it and wad it up. But for the most part, if I don't like something, I'll put it away for a couple months and get it back out and see what I can do. But for the most part, I end up liking them after a couple weeks and just walking away.
Is there a meaning behind the owl? Like inspiration or just your crack?
No, it's cool. It's just like the space and stuff. Like the origins of being. I'm stardust. We're made out. Like everything that we're made out of is what everything else is made out of. Like I have the same atoms inside me that are inside stars. So that's kind of where the inside came from. And then the third eye represents, like just realizing that there's a bigger picture. There's something bigger than me.
Who are your favorite artists?
Oh man, I love Alex Pardee. I think he's really cool. He's what got me into watercolor painting. And then people like Salvador Dali. He's got that crazy surrealism stuff that I wish I could do stuff like that, but it's pretty cool.
Any other questions for Allie Jensen?
Alright, cool.
Alright,
Oh, sorry! Go ahead, yeah.
you like on a daily basis, how do you deal with being so awesome? Internalize it, project outwards,
Well, actually, one of our assignments this year in my class was we had to keep these little sketchy notebooks that we made out of computer paper, and every day we had to sit down and sketch something out. And that's what I try to do day to day. It's just 10-15 minutes. That's how I try to maintain my awesomeness. But sometimes it's better than others. But sometimes I'm pretty surprised at what I can make. All right.
Thank you so much.